We talked about how a larger sample is more likely to provide a researcher with accurate information about the entire population than a smaller sample, because a larger sample will tend to provide a researcher with a wider variety of population members, and a smaller sample will tend to provide a researcher with a narrower variety of population members. Samples that are selected randomly also tend to provide more accurate information about the entire population than samples that are selected non-randomly. Samples that are selected randomly tend to provide more accurate information about the population than non-randomly selected samples, for the same reason that larger samples tend to provide more accurate information than smaller samples. The reason still has to do with variety. Samples that are selected non-randomly often don't have a wide enough variety of population members. Non-random sampling often involves selecting people from one convenient location, and people who are at the same location tend to be similar to each other. For example, if I decided that I wanted my statistics class to be a sample of college students, my sample will include too many of some grade levels and too few of others. It will also include too many of certain types of majors and too few of others. That is why if I use my class as a sample of college students, I probably won't be able to make an accurate conclusion about all college students. Samples that are selected randomly usually have a wider variety of population members, so they usually provide the researcher with more accurate information about the entire population. The reason why larger samples tend to have more variety is because when you do random sampling, every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. Since every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected, you don't usually get a sample that is almost all one grade level, or a sample that is almost all one type of major. You usually get a more balanced mixture of different types of population members.